So what's going on, guys? It's Gia here representing JiasWorld, and I'm just going to do a quick video to discuss the Michelle Carter situation. Michelle Carter was sentenced to 2.5 years in prison in the suicide death of her then boyfriend, Conrad Roy III. If you've been keeping up with this, the 20-year-old woman, Michelle Carter, convicted of involuntary manslaughter for pressuring her former boyfriend to die of suicide over hundreds of text messages and on social media, has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison, 15 months of which she will serve and 15 of which will be suspended until 2022. Prosecutors asked for between 7 and 12 years in prison, but Carter faced up to 20 years behind bars under the law, CNN reported. In hundreds of text messages in 2014, many of which were read in court, Carter, then 17, urged Conrad Roy III, then 18, to end his life. "You're finally going to be happy in heaven. No more pain. It's okay to be scared, and it's normal. I mean, you are about to die," Carter wrote in one message. On July 13, 2014, Roy parked his truck in a deserted Kmart parking lot, rolled up the windows, and switched on the gasoline-powered water pump he installed earlier. He died of carbon monoxide poison in 40 minutes. Police found his body the same day. Roy had social anxiety and was depressed. His text messages showed he had tried to kill himself before. And, you know, his former girlfriend, Michelle Carter, has been sentenced to 2.5 years in prison for the suicide death of her then boyfriend, Conrad Roy III. This is a very sad and disgusting situation and case. There are a lot of people who are saying, well, why should she be held accountable for what he decided to do? He was 18, he was legal, he was grown, but also keep in mind he had social and anxiety problems, and he suffered from severe depression. So though he might have been 18 and might have been grown, he was not in his right state of mind when he made those decisions, and she pretty much aided in his decision to kill himself and commit suicide. So I personally feel like she should be held accountable to a certain extent for what she did. They originally wanted 7 to 12 years, and according to the law in Massachusetts, she could have faced up to 20 years in prison and only received 2.5 years. So it can be argued that she received a slap on the wrist. Because this individual, Conrad, he is dead and has been dead for 3 years. He doesn't get his life back, and his family is going to continue to suffer from the loss of a loved one, while she only received 2.5 years and will be out. You know, and her family gets to see her, and her friends get to see her. So it can be argued that it was a slap on the wrist. I do want to send my condolences to the families that have been affected by this, but suicide is real. People are suffering from mental health issues, and it's time that we take mental health seriously. If you would like to read more about this case, I will leave a link to it in the description box below.